towel.
Salute.
But our licensed customer care team saves the day, even at night. And now get 20% off for 24.
Salute. Hey, what'd he say? Salute to the troops, guys. Salute. Behind the scenes, Q&A, sauce for the day, vibing with XO. I thought y'all knew I was coming back. Black History Untold, behind the scenes on TikTok, though, Facebook, kick.com/exotic lifestyle, guys. We is on the scene once again. Y'all know we had to do a wardrobe change. If y'all do not know, that's how the entertainment game go. Hey, production studio with different wardrobes. That's how you gotta do it, so you can edit it together like a movie, guys. Salute to the troops. Hey, time to get to it. Let's go. I can't play too much because some of this is copyright. Salute, Mr. Jim Jones. Salute. It is what it is, Mr. Cameron. Hey, this will be Black History Month. Hey, Untold. So if y'all do not know, DNA evidence confirms the first humans was dark-skinned. That's what they mean. That right there, guys. Hey, it started with us, so we got to continue unifying. Hey, quit the hate, quit the fake, all that good stuff, these illusions and smoke and mirrors. Hey, y'all got to see through it, guys. I apologize. I got to pay attention to Kick. We is on live stream right now. Salute Miss Alicia on TikTok. Hey, share, like, subscribe, add, highlight. Salute Mr. Matt. Hey, two-tone talk. Hey, it was going down today, guys. We is calling names because we are not fake, guys. Point blank, period. We is not paying for a lot of this unnecessary trying to be somebody you ain't, because that's called low self-esteem, guys. Hey, I apologize. Hey, we gotta be real at all times.
This is because I'm the truth, nigga. I tell you no lies.
I say no lies. I apologize. We gotta break that down because, hey, the rise and the fall and the rise. Exotic Lifestyle said with a smile, guys. We gonna get to the Black history that we got to play you guys, because they are trying to erase our history, guys. The 100th year of Black History Month. Why we only get a month when it should go all year? Please, somebody tell me, make it make sense. Tighten up. Let's go. So, with the behind the scenes, y'all will hear what's on the live stream. Point blank, period, guys. We is on 2 to 4 different streaming platforms. So y'all know I gotta be specific with my words, but I have to elude the system so they don't shadow ban me, because they do not like me, guys. I tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help me, big G-O-D. It is what it is. Happy Friday. Hey, happy Valentine's Day. Happy Black History Month, Pisces season. Hey, salute, we up front. Let's go. Celebrate yourself, because nobody will, guys. Behind the scenes, TikTok, Facebook, tighten up. So, y'all already know how this go. We gonna tune y'all in. Y'all gonna hear some things. Pay attention, because it is very important. Know your history.
Taxes was chasing updates. and getting
TikTok, salute. Facebook, salute.
Now
Kick,
taxes,
salute.
the TurboTax
Let's get
expert,
to it, though.
doing it all for you.
So,
pale skin,
we are finna transition. So, Kick, y'all can see what y'all are listening to. I apologize if it's a double echo, but we got 7 different platforms running right now. I want to salute everybody that I know is watching, because it seems like every time I go live, everybody wants to hop on live at the same time. Salute to y'all. Keep going. Keep doing what you do. I hope I've given y'all some content ideas. Whatever y'all do, what you do, I salute. Pay homage, guys, because this stuff is not easy. It is not cheap. So let's get to it. Let's transition Kick over real quick. We is upgrading the studio. We got new mixing boards coming in soon, new microphones, new cameras. That's what investing in yourself is. Not investing in illusions, guys. Do not invest in smoke and mirrors. Invest in ownership. Be the CEO, not the employee, guys. If you're going to be an employee, use the employee check to invest in yourself. Let's go.
straight hair, European feature.
So let's get Kick started first, because this is the primary source right now, guys. So I'm going to get Kick going. Before I mute Kick, y'all know this is going to be a buffering session because they do not want us to know. Let's go.
But here's the problem. Those images are wrong. Not politically wrong, not emotionally wrong, scientifically wrong. And today, we're going to walk through the actual evidence, fossils, genetics, and climate data that forced scientists to admit something they avoided saying for decades. The first humans were dark-skinned. And once you see the evidence, it becomes impossible to unsee how this history was slowly rewritten. This isn't about opinion or preference. This is about what the bones, the genes, and the environment tell us when we're willing to listen. Let's start with something every serious scientist agrees on. Modern humans, Homo sapiens, originated in Africa, not Europe, not the Middle East, not Asia. Africa. The oldest confirmed Homo sapiens fossils were found in East and Southern Africa, dating back over 300,000 years. We're talking about discoveries like Omo I and Omo II in Ethiopia, the Jebel Irhoud skulls in Morocco, and the Florisbad skull in South Africa. These aren't isolated finds. They represent a consistent pattern that archaeologists and paleoanthropologists have documented across multiple sites on the African continent. Now pause and think logically about what that environment was like. Africa, specifically the regions where these early humans lived, is closest to the equator, characterized by high UV radiation levels, exposed to intense sunlight year-round, home to open savannas with minimal shade. There is no biological advantage to pale skin in that environment. In fact, it would be deadly. Pale skin in equatorial Africa would result in severe sunburn, increased risk of skin cancer, DNA damage at the cellular level, and destruction of essential vitamins. Natural selection doesn't reward disadvantageous traits. If pale skin offered no survival benefit and actually created serious health risks, it simply wouldn't persist in a population. Which brings us to something textbooks rarely explain clearly. Skin color isn't cosmetic, it's functional, it's adaptive, and it responds directly to environmental pressures over thousands of generations. Skin color isn't random, it's not cultural, it's not decorative. It's an adaptation that evolved in direct response to ultraviolet radiation. Dark skin evolved to accomplish 3 critical biological functions. 1. Protect against extreme UV radiation. Melanin, the pigment that makes skin dark, acts as a natural sunscreen. It absorbs and scatters UV rays before they can penetrate deep into the skin and cause cellular damage. 2. Prevent DNA damage. UV radiation doesn't just cause sunburn, it damages DNA directly, leading to mutations that can cause cancer or be passed to offspring. Melanin shields the genetic material in our cells from this damage. 3. Preserve folate. Here's where it gets really interesting. Folate is a B vitamin that's absolutely essential for fetal development, DNA synthesis, and cell division. UV radiation destroys folate in the bloodstream. Without adequate folate, pregnant women face increased risk of birth defects like spina bifida and neural tube defects. Populations without sufficient melanin would have faced catastrophic reproductive failure. Without melanin, early humans near the equator would suffer.
And guess what melanin is, guys?
Burns dramatically increased cancer rates, birth defects, and pregnancy complications, reduced fertility, lower survival rates for children. So from a survival standpoint, dark skin wasn't optional. It was required. This is why populations that have lived near the equator for thousands of years, whether in Africa, South Asia, Melanesia, or indigenous Australia, independently evolved dark skin. The same environmental pressure produced the same biological solution. This means the earliest humans didn't become dark later as some kind of secondary development. They started dark. Dark skin is the baseline. It's the original human phenotype, shaped by the original human environment. This is where the argument ends, because we can now read the genetic code directly. Genetic research conducted over the past 2 decades shows something unambiguous. The genes for dark skin are older. Light skin genes are mutations, relatively recent mutations, that appeared much later in human history. Studies of genes like SLC24A5, SLC45A2, and TYRP1,
y'all see how they got this
show that the variants associated with lighter skin emerged between 20,000 and 30,000 years ago. Some variants in European populations didn't become common until just 8,000 years ago. Compare that to the 300,000-year history of Homo sapiens. Light skin is a recent development. Here's what happened. When humans migrated out of Africa into Europe, Central Asia, and northern regions around 60,000 to 70,000 years ago, they encountered completely different environmental conditions. Lower UV radiation, less intense sunlight, long winters with limited sun exposure, heavy cloud cover. In these environments, dark skin became a liability rather than an asset. Why? Because humans need sunlight to produce vitamin D. Dark skin, which blocks UV radiation so effectively, also blocks the wavelengths needed for vitamin D synthesis. In low sunlight environments, populations with very dark skin would develop vitamin D deficiency, leading to rickets, bone deformities, weakened immune systems, and pregnancy complications. Over thousands of years, natural selection favored individuals with mutations that reduced melanin production. Lighter skin allowed more UV penetration, enabling adequate vitamin D production, even in low sunlight conditions. In other words, light skin is the adaptation, a response to new environmental conditions. Dark skin is the original default, the baseline human phenotype. This is not opinion. This is not interpretation. This is population genetics, confirmed through multiple independent research teams using different methodologies. So here's the uncomfortable question. If the science has been clear for decades, why were early humans always drawn as white? Why did museum exhibits show pale-skinned Neanderthals and early Homo sapiens? Why did textbooks feature reconstructions that looked more like Scandinavians than Africans? The answer isn't a single conspiracy. It's something more subtle and more pervasive. Early anthropology was dominated by European institutions and universities, colonial thinking and assumptions, racial hierarchies that were presented as science, cultural biases that were never examined or questioned. During the 19th and early 20th centuries, when many of these early reconstructions were created, the scientific establishment operated within a framework that assumed European superiority. This wasn't always explicit or intentional. It was simply the water they swam in. So when fossils were discovered, whether in Africa, Asia, or Europe, artists and reconstructors projected their own features onto the past, lightened skin tones without scientific justification, Europeanized facial features and hair textures created images that made ancient humans look familiar to European audiences. Those images then ended up in textbooks used by millions of students, were displayed in museums as authoritative reconstructions, entered popular culture through films, documentaries, and illustrations, shaped generations. And here's the critical part. Even after the science changed, the images didn't. Genetic evidence emerged in the 1990s and 2000s confirming what evolutionary biologists had long suspected. But museums kept the old reconstructions. Textbook publishers kept using the same illustrations. Educational materials continued to show pale-skinned early humans. Why? Because images are powerful. They shape what people accept without question. They create a visual narrative that bypasses critical thinking. And once an image becomes familiar, once it's been seen thousands of times, it feels like truth, even when it contradicts evidence. Changing those images means admitting they were wrong in the first place, and institutions are often slow to make those admissions. This isn't about pride, it's not about identity politics, it's about truth, and it's about understanding how subtle distortions shape our perception of history, humanity, and who belongs in the story of human origins. When you erase the original appearance of humanity, you subtly teach several powerful lessons. 1. Who looks default? If early humans are always depicted with European features, it creates an unconscious association. This is what normal humans look like. Everyone else becomes a deviation from that norm. 2. Who looks other? When African features are absent from the story of human origins, it reinforces the idea that Africa is peripheral to human history rather than central to it. 3. Who belongs at the beginning of the story? Visual narratives create a sense of connection and ownership. If you see yourself reflected in the images of early humanity, you feel a sense of belonging to that story. If you don't, you're subtly excluded from the origin story of our species. And once that idea settles in, once people unconsciously accept a particular group as the default humans, everything else becomes easier to distort. History gets reframed, achievements get reassigned, civilizations get whitewashed. The distortion of early human appearance isn't an isolated error. It's part of a broader pattern of how history has been told, centering certain populations while marginalizing others. Correcting this isn't rewriting history, it's restoring it. It's aligning our visual representations with the actual scientific evidence. It's telling the truth about where we come from. Quietly, museums and institutions are changing. Over the past decade, several major museums have updated their human evolution exhibits.
This real quick because y'all know they are going to toss in plenty and plenty of advertisements. So we had to go to mic 2 because it went dead. I apologize. So let's get back to it, guys. There we go. There we go. If you didn't know. Back to it.
Instructions now show dark skin tones consistent with African origins, African facial features, and bone structure. Natural hair textures appropriate to equatorial populations. More accurate representations based on genetic evidence. The Natural History Museum in London, the Smithsonian's National Museum of Natural History, and several other institutions have made these corrections. But this correction is happening slowly, very slowly, and often quietly, without much fanfare or explanation. Why? Because admitting this fully would mean admitting something else, that for a very long time, decades, even a century, science was bent to fit a story rather than the other way around. That respected institutions presented inaccurate information as fact, that cultural biases influence supposedly objective scientific representation. That's not an easy admission for prestigious institutions to make. but the evidence is forcing their hand. As genetic research becomes more sophisticated and widely known, the old reconstructions become harder to defend. The gap between what science says and what museums show becomes too obvious to ignore. The shift is happening, but it shouldn't have taken this long. So when you hear someone say, skin color doesn't matter, remember this. It mattered enough to be changed. It mattered enough to be erased. It mattered enough to be avoided for over a century. And the evidence has always been there. The fossils were found in Africa. The climate data was available.
Guys.
The genetic studies confirmed what evolutionary biology predicted. But the images showed something different. That tells you something important. That representation matters. That visual narratives shape belief. And that scientific accuracy can be sacrificed when it conflicts with cultural comfort. Understanding our true origins, seeing early humans as they actually were, doesn't diminish anyone. It doesn't take anything away from any population or culture. It simply tells the truth, and truth is the foundation of everything else worth building. If this video added clarity you were never given in school, subscribe, because this channel exists to tell the parts of history that were softened, skipped, or rewritten. And let me ask you something. When did you first realize the images you were shown didn't match the science? Drop it in the comments.
We were just talking about that. Illusions, guys. Illusions.
In a nation that often silences its boldest truth-tellers, one man stood his ground, with clippers in one hand and conviction in the other.
Which is the bigger threat to American democracy and the Constitution?
Salute, guys. I hope y'all got some valuable information out of that. We might hit another one, since there was a 15-minute documentary. And y'all know how the streaming go. Guys, people don't stream because they cannot hold a conversation without scripts. If you gotta be a scripted type of person, you cannot live stream. That's why you don't see a lot of these vodcasters, these podcasters live stream, because they will not give you their life. They will not give you valuable information. They will not tell you the truth because they don't know how to speak. They are boo-boo the fools, guys. That's why people do not live stream, because they have to show the real you. Point blank, period. Behind the scenes, how you live, where you live, what you're talking about, what your brain looks like, your moral system. That's what live stream does. It will show you the real person. Because half these people can't even go live stream because it is an illusion. And when they go live, guess what? It is scripted, it is paid for, it is an illusion, it is to put it in your face, it's to celebrate themselves, it is not to show you what life is like in the industry, guys. I apologize. I do speak the truth. Biting my tongue hurts, dude. So I do not know how to bite my tongue. I just let it fly and see what sticks, what people listen to, because people do not read books. That's why they put them in it. They put the things you need to know in books because they know people are not going to read it. Black History Month. Salute to the troops. Let's see if I can find another quick one. If not, this is the behind the scenes. Salute TikTok. This is on a campaign. Salute Facebook. I just want to speak to you guys, my friends, the troops. Salute. Exotic Lifestyles is on Facebook. Kick.com is the live stream. Discord, Patreon, YouTube. It will be on YouTube shortly. because I know people steal content off of YouTube also, including me. Tighten up, guys, tighten up. So I will be uploading last episode to YouTube. I might put it on Facebook because a lot of people don't know what Kick.com is. That is a live stream site. That's where you get real life. Twitch, same thing. Discord, same thing. Beehive, same thing. You can actually live stream on YouTube too, but you have to go through hoops, monetization, watch hours, unless you know the loop. Salute. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hey, I apologize. Salute. This is finna be a salute session. This is where I started off salute, calling out people's names who inspire me to do certain things. Salute Miss Bella Black. Keep going, Mrs. ATL. How you like that? Buffalo. If y'all don't know the hat though. Boston, Massachusetts, Connecticut, ATL, Texas, Carolinas, Michigan, Kansas, Minnesota, Chicago, Indianapolis. Salute, Mr. Dub. Keep going. I need some shirts, bro. I know a few dubs. Show some love, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Y'all know how I like to end off my show with a vibe. No matter what episode it is, no matter what series it is,
there's only one
we got a vibe, guys. No lies, only the truth. No illusions. No faking it till you make it no more, unless you gonna tell you faking. Cause guess what, guys? I done fake some things just to look like the industry so I can expose it. It is what it is. You can look like these rappers if you want to. Just be original when you're doing it. Let's get to the vibe. Let's see what is not copyright. Let's see what Exotic Lifestyle owns. And we gonna play it real quick for you guys before we end this live. Y'all already know. Black
First you told me that it is manly to keep your word. Right? If you are a man, keep your word. And now all of the black people in this country are demanding, and even the black people in the whole world are demanding, is that you keep your word. You told us we were free. Well then, show us that we're free. You told us that there is justice and equality for all in this country. Well then, you stick to your word. And let us see the justice and equality for all.
Salute to K83. That's who made the beat. Hey, eating up the street. Happy Black History Month. Happy Valentine's Day. I was gonna take this another way, but not today. Well, not this episode. We did that on the South State. We'll be on YouTube shortly. Salute.
But don't keep hiding it from us and holding this up to us. And every time we ask you for something, you give us a little bit of something. And it's all focused. We don't want tokenism. And there are most black men in this world that don't want charity. And yet so every time we ask you for something, you give us a little piece, a little piece. You're playing games with us. We're not children. Well, what a big man. I've seen my father have to put up with all kinds of stuff. After many black veterans were coming back to their land and playing music. You think that they're gonna sit down and do this? Our fathers just had the knowledge that we had. They sat through it. But there are other black youth that are not going to sit. But we know about shame, we know about opinion. We've read the books of our revolution, we've listened to Maryland's quotations, we know where we stand. We're not gonna sit for it.
Y'all stand. It's finna end the live stream. Behind the scenes, vibing with XoXoticEO. If you didn't know, Black History Month, Untold. Let's go. We'll be on YouTube shortly though. Happy Friday. Exotic Lifestyle Way. Say it with a smile. I salute you guys, everybody that is being real with yourself. Look at that. My tongue yellow. Pigmentation.
If I is mad, I tell him that I am hungry. I tell him I am cold.
It is what
And
it
this man
is.
holds a loaf of bread right in front of me so I can see it. I keep asking him, I'm thanking him. Please give me a slice of the loaf of bread. I am hungry. And it is known by every psychologist that the next step in the progression is I am open up from outside to hit the taste of bread from him.